For months upon months now, the rumors have been swirling, spinning, whirling that WWE was going to implement Women's Tag Team Championships. Sasha Banks made reference to this multiple times on Twitter and Instagram, and then this past Monday on Raw, old Santa Claus himself, or should I say Santa McMahon, announced that in 2019, officially, the WWE will be getting Women's Tag Team Championships. Hey guys, it's Timmy and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. So with the WWE officially getting women's tag team titles in 2019, we thought we would run down the possible teams that could be in this new women's tag team division. Now here's the thing, we don't know if these tag team titles are going to be single branded as far as one set of tag titles for Raw, one set of tag titles for SmackDown, or if they're going to float between the two brands. Also, we don't know if any NXT women are also going to be involved in this, so we've got 12 possible tag teams over NXT, SmackDown, and Raw for this women's tag team division. We're going to start it off with the obvious ones. First off, BAYLEY and Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks has basically been the one on social media more than anybody championing for these women's tag team titles to come. They even gave BAYLEY and Sasha Banks a tag team name, the Boss and Hug Connections. So yeah, it's obvious that these two will be in the division. Next up, we've got the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce have basically been together since the start of their careers in the WWE when they did debut in NXT, then they moved to SmackDown together. So again, another obvious choice of best friends who could be in this women's tag team division. Next up, it's a trio with the RIOTT Squad. RIOTT Squad members Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan have been together, have been inseparable since debuting in early 2018 on SmackDown. We see them on social media together all the time. We see them on Raw together all the time. So this is another no-brainer for the women's tag team division. Also, another set of best friends, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville have been seen together on the main roster since they debuted with Paige in Absolution in early 2018. Unfortunately, Paige ended up getting hurt. Her career was cut short, but Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville stuck together even after being moved to SmackDown. Next up, family in Nia Jax and Tamina. Nia Jax and Tamina have seemed to be an unstoppable force almost when they worked together on the main roster since Tamina did move over to Monday Night Raw here in the last couple of months. Well, this is another team, this one brought together by family, another team that we could see in this women's tag team division. Next up, this one's a little weird. We've got Alicia Fox and Mickie James. Initially, we would say Mickie James and Alexa Bliss, but Alexa Bliss is currently out with an injury as she's suffering from concussions, so maybe you say, okay, you add Alicia Fox into the Alexa Bliss spot, but when Alexa Bliss comes back, then they can be a trio like the RIOTT Squad. So there you go, Alicia Fox, Mickie James, throw Alexa Bliss in there when she gets back, bada boom. Now the other team that we've got here on this list is LANA and NAOMI. LANA and NAOMI have not seen eye to eye per se for the most part in the WWE, but there was that segment with the Glow Girls, Netflix's Glow Girls, where they did end up saying, hey, maybe we are better as a tag team than as rivals. Now these next two tag teams, they're teams that could be added into this division because they're not really full-timers anymore. The first one comes in the pairing of the sisters, the twins, the Bella Twins. Bella Twins make a lot of sense here if Brie and Nikki do want to come back. They are on the Raw brand, we assume. So there you go, the Bella Twins. And the other possible team, if they want to make the comeback, is Trish Stratus and Lita. We did see Trish Stratus and Lita team up at Evolution this past year to take on the team of Alicia Fox and Mickie James. Trish and Lita would be cool to see them be the first tag team champions and then go on to maybe lose the titles pretty quickly. Just say, hey, here are your first champions, 2 Hall of Famers. Now let's keep the lineage of these titles going forward. And finally, we've got 3 tag teams that could come from NXT. First off, we've got Kairi Sane and Io Shirai. Now, I'm not going to say the obvious thing here is because they both came from Japan, but no. But because when Kairi Sane was being outnumbered by the NXT Women's Champion and her two cronies, along with Dakota Kai, came to the rescue of Kairi Sane. Speaking of the cronies, we've got Marina Shafir and Jessamyn Duke. These two make a lot of sense as they are two of the MMA 4 Horsewomen. They started in NXT together as far as coming in and helping their buddy Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler is the NXT Women's Champion, so she's not going to be considered for this women's division. So why not throw her buddies in there, Marina Shafir and Jessamyn Duke. And finally, this one can't happen right now, but it can happen possibly over the next year. It's Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox. Before Tegan Knox was injured in last year's or this past year's Mae Young Classic, Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox were tagging on the house show loop for NXT. They were wearing matching gear. I don't know if they had an actual tag team name or not, but they were doing a lot, and I mean a lot, of stuff together. So Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox, once Tegan Knox is all good and ready to go, there's another tag team you can add down the line. Now, as far as other women on the main roster that we couldn't really figure out who their tag team partners can be, we've got Becky Lynch, Carmella, Charlotte Flair, Dana Brooke, Ember Moon, Natalya, and Zelina Vega. So with that, those are 12, count them, 12 possible teams that could be added to the WWE Women's Tag Team division. And we didn't even talk about all the other women that are in NXT that we couldn't really lump with anybody, and NXT UK that we couldn't lump with anybody. The reason we didn't talk about those women is because we don't know if these women's tag team titles will go down to NXT or NXT UK. So when we did talk about some women that could from NXT be teamed together, those were all women that also we could see pulled up to the main roster. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Which teams, which pairing of women would you like to see for the upcoming WWE Women's Tag Team division? And who would you like to see as the first WWE Women's Tag Team Champions? But that's going to do it for this episode. Remember to comment below, like and share this video, like us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, subscribe here on YouTube, and follow PWUnlimited.net for the latest in pro wrestling news.